Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are loaded down and headed south for the first camera check of the year. They've been soaking for probably about a month now. Let's get legal here. So yeah, we're gonna go check the cameras, check the feeders, fill the feeders if they need filled, and maybe do a little bit of mowing, clean up some of the trails and stuff. So stay tuned, guys. I'll catch up with you once we get down there. Oh, 4 hours later, we made it. Just pulled up to the first spot here. Let's go check it out and see if they've been eating. The feeders is pretty much empty. There's a little bit in there, but not much at all. And you can see the couple mineral blocks over here. They've been hitting. Can't wait to start checking cameras, seeing what's on here. So I'm gonna fill this feeder up and then pull that camera card quick. I'll show you guys what's on it if there's anything good. If it's just a bunch of does, I probably won't show you. Stay tuned. Go check this camera out. Well, batteries must have died. Like I said, they've been out here for a month, so figured there was going to be some dead batteries and some full cards, but should be some good pictures. I'm going to double check and make sure that it's working. If it's not working, I'll throw a different camera up. But let's throw that card in the computer and see what's on there. Alright guys, not super impressed with that card pull, but we did get two decent bucks that showed up on here. Let me open the, it's gonna be hard with the glare in the screen. But you can see those. I'll throw some of the pictures into the video so you guys can actually see them, because the screen's just gonna be way too much glare to try and film that. So, but let's move on to the next spot. See how that looks. The raccoons have just destroyed this one. I don't think I saw a single deer eat out of that feeder. It was all raccoons, and there were 20 at a time. So gonna have to do some coon management this fall. But otherwise, there's lots of does coming in, so that's a good thing. You get does in the area, the bucks will show up. So we'll see what happens. But let's head to the next spot. Alright, just pulling up to the next spot. Looks like pretty good deer sign. Camera's a little twisted. Must have had a raccoon messing with it. pull this card and go see what's on there. Again, like the last one, I'll drop some of the actual pictures in the video, but this is one of the familiar faces. I actually called this deer in 2 years ago, so I think he's 6.5 now. But he's a stud, so it's good to see. I did check one camera that wasn't working. The card that was in it was junk, but good to see a familiar face. So he has this big old brows. They look like field goal posts. Pretty exciting. I'm itching for season now. Alright, last spot. This is where I had my cell cam, so I was getting pictures here, and I know there's a pretty good buck coming in with the big kickers, so we're going to change some batteries, and then I'll probably catch up with you guys when we get back up home. Close the video out, show you some of the pictures that we got, and maybe try and come up with a plan for which one we want to go after this fall. So stay tuned, guys. That's a wrap for down here. Truck's pretty much empty. Trailer's loaded up. Ready to hit the road north. I left this morning at 7. It's now 5:45, so a little bit of a long day, but not too terribly bad. It's been hot though, so I'm gonna get some water and get to driving. So I'll see you guys when I check those pictures and share some stories, maybe some past deer that we've had some experiences with. I might have some video as well, so I'll catch you guys when I get back home. All right, I made it home. It's been actually a couple of weeks, probably 3 weeks since I was down there, but I want to catch back up. I was just editing this video and show you guys some of these bucks. So this is the first one. He's not necessarily at the top of the hit list, but he's a decent 4-year-old buck. It's just a typical 9-pointer with a couple of kickers. Got a kicker on his G2, a couple of kickers off his main beam. Decent deer, not one that I'm specifically going to target, but be nice to see him on the hoof. And then this buck is just a typical 10-point. It's got crab claws. Super awesome buck. I think he's either 4.5 or 5.5 this year. Definitely shoot him if I get the chance. And then this one, I talked about him a little bit in the video. I actually called him in 2 years ago, and I'll tag that video up above right now. But yeah, awesome 8-pointer, super long brow tines. So I'd be stoked to get a chance at him. Then this deer looks like a 4-year-old. This was an earlier picture, but yeah, split brow tine, just a decent mainframe 9-pointer. Not a deer that I'm specifically going to target, but I will be hunting on this farm where there's several other good deer. And this one, it's a typical 11-point, super long tines. He is, I believe, 5.5 years old this year, and definitely one towards the top of the hit list. Should go gross boon, and I've never killed a booner yet, so I will be trying to hunt him a little bit. This buck's pretty cool. He's a typical 10-point. He's got a few kickers. Looks to be 4.5, 5.5, but yeah, great deer. Should be around in the area. This deer, just tons of history with this deer. He's either 7.5 or 8.5 years old this year, but he's got a big kicker off the back of his main beam on the one side. Mark actually shot him high, wounded him 2 years ago with a muzzleloader, and we've seen him countless times from the stand. So yeah, great deer there. And then this one as well. Not a lot of history with this deer, but just a beautiful 10 point with a kicker on his G2. Would look awesome on the wall. This deer is just super old. It's probably 7.5 or older. Just a mainframe 8. It's got some heavy mass, but would be just a cool deer to get. Cool old buck. And this one I showed a little bit in the video, but just a big 8-pointer. He was on the farms last year. I don't know if anybody ever saw him from the stand, but I think I saw him driving around from the road a couple of times. And then finally, this big guy here. Big old kicker off of his G2. It's like 4 or 5 inches long. Just super heavy. Great looking buck. Would be ecstatic to kill that deer. That's probably right now my #1 hit list deer is the kicker 8. So it should be an exciting season. The cameras are still rolling. We always have a lot of bucks move in about this time of year once the bachelor groups start splitting up. So the next camera card check should be pretty good here at the beginning of October. And I've also got access to another new property up around my house, as well as Doug's house out there where the plot is. So it's going to be an awesome year. I'm going to try and get out as much as I can. I've got quite a bit going on at work, so we'll see how much I can actually get out. But thanks, guys, for stopping by. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.